Good evening, I'm Callahan Marshall. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have been getting messages online and phone calls from people saying scammers are once again on the hunt for your information. They're very prevalent here in our area. News Channel 2's Brent Carney spoke with a family in St. Johnsville who fell victim. Brent, describe these scams to us.
Callahan, the scary part is that they're getting very elaborate. The family I spoke to says one of them emptied their entire savings account thinking it was all to help a family member in need.
And what kept me going was I believed I talked to him. So I had to go through with it.
Josephine Oliver was in her home in Fondo when she got a terrifying call about her son-in-law.
First, you couldn't understand what this gentleman was saying. And he said, well, I was in a two-car accident. I got a broken nose in my lip. And then I said, who is this? Is this John? With the broken nose and lip, I swore it was my son-in-law.
The caller, claiming to be Josephine's son-in-law, said he was taken to jail in Boston and needed a whopping $7,000 to get out. And his lawyer would call back telling her how to send the money.
My husband went to the bank and got the money, because the lawyer said he would call back in a little while. But he was ready, actually, to even go to Boston to see if he could find him and help him.
And now a different person, the so-called lawyer, called her and told her to fax them a receipt so they could access the money.
When I went to fax it, I don't know if I wrote her number down because I was all upset at that time or what, but the fax would not go through.
It ultimately saved her. So then she called her daughter.
I got to call her. She's got to know. And that's when I found out it was a scam.
Thankfully, she went back to the bank and got her money back. But the scammers called again. But this time, her daughter Julie wanted to have a little chat with them.
So I said, give me the phone number. I says, I want to call it. And it was a gentleman, and he said, hello, this is the New Jersey Public Defender's Office.
And that's when Julie gave them a piece of her mind.
And me being a hothead, knowing it was already a scam, I lost it, said a few choice words to him.
Oneida County Undersheriff Joe Lisi says that these scammers are very good about tricking people into giving out information.
They're very good at talking to people and getting them to talk about their finances, or maybe if they owe money, and talk about relatives. And if they said, oh, your nephew got in a bad accident or your nephew's in jail, which one, John? And then right away they know who John is.
But Lisi says once that money leaves your account, catching them is nearly impossible.
Once that money's transferred, most of these people are operating from internet cafes or locations in other parts of the world. It's almost impossible to catch them once that money's released.
To avoid being scammed yourself, the Sheriff's Department says to send unrecognizable numbers to voicemail. The scammers also target the elderly, so make sure that your elderly family members are aware of what to look out for. If you do answer, don't be afraid to verify who's calling. And if you don't trust them, hang up. And lastly, never give out personal information over the phone.
Definitely tips you'll want to keep in mind as these scams are just getting even more elaborate. In the studio, Brent Carney, News Channel 2.